On April 13th, without question, we get the battle of the best. And we finally get the answer to whether or not what's stronger. Is it the hammer? Is it the shield? And we'll find that out April 13th.
We are in New York City for the kickoff press conference to announce a Showtime Boxing special edition. On April 13th, Claressa Shields and Christina Hammer meet for the undisputed women's middleweight championship of the world. For Showtime, I'm Kieran Mulvaney, and I am joined by Claressa Shields and by Christina Hammer. Ladies, thank you very much for joining us. Christina, I'll start with you. This has been called the most significant women's boxing bout of all time. How does it feel to be a part of that?
It feels great. I feel good, and this is a great opportunity to show the world great female boxing, and that a woman can be strong, athletic, and take all of these 4 belts and the ring belt, and it feels great. It will be the game changer of women's boxing and motivates a lot of people.
And Claressa, the point that was made a lot at the press conference, and that's important, is that this isn't just a women's boxing bout. This is a damn good fight with 2 real good fighters, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what does it feel for you to be a part of this and regarded now not just as a good woman fighter, but a really good fighter?
You know, just want to erase that line between men's boxing and women's boxing. Give us the same opportunities you get in men. Treat this fight the same. And Showtime is doing a great thing of doing that. They made us the main event on Saturday night, all 4 belts, and then including the ring belt, all access, so they can see into both of our lives on 2 different sides of the world, and just see how much we sacrifice for boxing. You know, a lot that women sacrifice, which I think is more than the men ever could sacrifice. You know, we sacrifice putting our lives on hold to have kids. You know, we sacrifice our families and our friends just to give everything into boxing. So they'll be able to see that, and this should be, you know, a game changer for women's boxing.
When in your career did you begin to think about Christina Hammer? When was she on your radar?
Well, strangely, when I was 17, one of her managers reached out to me on Facebook, asking me to fight her, but I was still amateur. Yeah, so that was when I was 17. And then when I turned professional, I didn't know which weight class I would fight at, 68 or 60. And around that time, she was still reigning champion. So that was somebody who I look forward to fighting in the future. And now, 2 years, we're here.
What about you, Christina? When were you aware of Claressa? Was it when she was in the Olympics, or was it after that? When did you begin to think about fighting her?
I watch all of the Olympic Games. I love sport, and the Olympic Games is huge for boxing. And when she stepped into the ring and fight for the Olympic title, I watched it together with my coach, and we analyzed everything, because I know that she's coming to my division and maybe a future opponent. I have to be prepared for that and looking forward, and now we're gonna make this fight happen.
What did you think of her when you were watching her at the Olympics?
There's different, because there are 3 rounds, 2 minutes rounds, and yeah, you have to do a lot of speed because you want to win. But now we have 10 rounds, and there's another preparation, another athletic and physical thing, and now we can prove who's the real one.
You're just about to turn 24.
Yeah.
It feels like you've been a part of the boxing conversation for so long. It's surprising almost that you're that young. 2 Olympic medals, 2 Olympic gold medals, but just a couple of years as a pro. Are you surprising yourself at how far and how fast you're coming along here?
No, I'm very into, you know, listening to what God tells me to do. He told me I would be at this level. I didn't know who I'd be at this level against, you know, but he told me that I would be one of the women carrying the sport, you know. So when God gives you a message and you're passionate about it, I've always been passionate about boxing. I don't just box because I have to. You know, I could choose to do a lot of other things, but boxing is something that chose me, and I love boxing, and it's kind of my only job I've ever had. I've never had like a job or anything like that, just hard work training in boxing. So I knew I would get here, but to just to be the main event on Showtime when I was fighting on Friday nights. I thought it would take a long time until I fought on a Saturday night. And then I thought it would take years, you know, not just 2, but I mean years before they gave us all access and equal promotion. I thought this day would come down the line, and it's just happening right now. So yeah, it came fast, but I knew it was going to happen because I'm one of those great fighters that can make it happen. You know, I have a chance to become undisputed champion in just 9 fights.
Claressa just referred to herself as, you know, one of the great fighters who can make things happen. She actually calls herself the greatest woman of all time. What do you think about that?
She can call herself whatever she wants, but she has to prove and show it in the ring. That's a different style. And I want to step out the ring like an undisputed champion.
Have you been watching her since she's turned pro, and what difference, what progress do you think she's made since she's been professional?
I think it's not that strong process as I expect, maybe in the future or whatever, but yeah, maybe this fight she have some surprise for me, but yeah, she go her way, she do a good job, but I'm better.
Don't seem to agree.
No, look, she can say whatever she want to say. Where she said I haven't made a lot of progress or progress that she think I should have made, that's fine. She's been fighting the same way, the same kind of style for 8 years. I watched footage from her first professional fight to her fights now to her hardest fight to her fight where it was a disqualification involved. I know just as much about her as she knows about me and them. If she thinks she's fighting a 17-year-old that fought in the Olympics, cool. If she thinks she's fighting the one that won the 2016 Olympics, cool. Just know, I know what I'm doing. And in the amateurs, I was 77-1. And the one fight, I really didn't lose. And I knocked out about 28 of those girls. So for her to say I haven't had any improvement, I've already seen the improvement. Her ego is too high for her to accept that I have improved out of all these fights.
Do you think that all your professional experience, when you won your first world title, Claressa, I think you were 15.
How many fights did she have her first world title?
How many fights did you have for your first world title?
7.
I did it in 4.
Good for you, but you're from USA, you have other opportunities, and I have these opportunities in Germany, but I was the youngest champion with 20 years, and yeah, it's a good option that we get this great fight on Showtime, Saturday night, prime time, and that's a big deal.
Having been a champion for so long, and in Germany women's boxing is a much bigger deal. You have much bigger events than over here. Do you feel that gives you an inherent advantage going into this fight?
I think when you want the undisputed championship and be a great champion, you have to fight against the best. And she's a great champion. We're both great champion, undefeated, and this is a great fight. And make this fight happen, it's unbelievable and a road to history. I think so.
Is it different? I'll ask both you guys this. You've been looking at each other for a while. Is it very different in the way you approach a fight when you've been looking at your opponent for quite some time? Like you've had a while to think about her. Do you feel you know more about Christina going into this fight than you knew about any of your other opponents, for example?
You know, I'm not that kind of person. Like, I like to just focus on just the fight itself and when it comes. You know, I can't try to get ready for her when I have somebody else in front of me. You know, like I have to focus on the opponent in front of me. Each fight, you know, I go off my last performance and I say, okay, I did this wrong, I did that wrong. I want to add that to this next fight. And then you just keep doing that and getting ready for the opponents that's coming down the line. Now that she's in front of me, I can, you know, watch more of her tape. You know, I don't listen to her interviews. I don't need anything to make me be angry at her or make me dislike her any more than what I already do. I don't need anything to make me furious to get ready to fight her. I'm just going to be the best me that I could be. I feel like if she's getting ready to fight against me, that's good for her. You know, if she's doing stuff in camp and saying, oh, she does this, I'm going to do this, that's good for her. But I'm not doing that because I'm getting ready to beat myself and she's not better than me.
Have you been looking at a lot of tape of Claressa? Have you been preparing for this? Are there weaknesses that you see in her that you're prepared for?
Yes, of course. I watch a lot of things from her, and I was a few times live on the ringside from her fights, and yeah, it's very good to see on the ringside the emotions and what's happened, what's going on in the ring, in the corner, and everything. Like, yeah, you have to analyze, prepare yourself, and take a good strategy to beat her.
She does have more professional experience than you.
Sure.
She has a height advantage over you. She has a reach advantage over you.
2 inches.
She has a higher KO percentage.
Yeah, look at her opponents, but okay.
How do you beat her?
I'm going to beat her. You know, look, people always get this misconstrued. You're a good fighter. I'll give it to you. She's not great, though. She has a lot of flaws, and the reason her flaws haven't been exposed is because of her opponents, the girls she's been fighting against. She fights these girls she's more athletic than, you know, girls who probably couldn't even run a mile on a treadmill. Those are the kind of girls she's fighting against. You know, I can run 5 miles right now. I can run, I can fight, I'm athletic, I'm strong. I don't know why she thinks she's stronger than me. It's crazy. But when you talk about height, no disrespect, I fought against girls way taller than her. Even when I was 5'8.5" before I reached 5'9". I fought against a girl in the Olympics, 6'4". 6'2", girl from Russia, 6'2". Them big girls. Not the biggest girl I've ever fought before. But I tell you what, you got a hell of a jab, and I look forward to seeing it 413.
Of course.
What are the advantages that you think you do bring into the ring, as well as apart from your experience? What do you think you do better than her?
She say that she fought a lot of tall girls, right? Okay, but I can use my reach, I can use my movement, and my footwork, and my experience, and my boxing skills, and the stronger one will win. And I give everything to push myself, to prove myself, to show you, say, who is Lady Hammer?
You mentioned being ringside for some of Claressa's fights. Last year, after you'd won one fight, and then Claressa won a fight, you leaped into the ring afterwards.
Yeah.
Situation got a little out of hand. What did you learn from that? What were you trying to do? Were you trying to provoke Claressa there, or did the emotions just kind of get over everybody?
Yeah, it was a little bit funny, like, coming to the ring, she calls me, I was like, I whoop your ass, I whoop your ass. And I said, okay, come on, what's going on? I'm here. Try to whoop my ass. And then...
You tried to whip her ass.
Okay, wait, okay. Don't laugh. Okay, first and foremost, to her, it was like, I had just finished fighting. It was the first fight I ever got knocked down in.
Right.
And, you know, you get to a point to where you're like, this is a big fight for me. You know, I had dinner, it was 2 titles on the line. So it was like, I worked my butt off at camp and I trained hard. And it's like, after every fight, she's jumping in the ring. I'm like, why does she keep getting in here? Like, we've already promoted the fight. Get the fuck out. Like, go away. And then it's like, I know we were getting ready, you know, to promote our fight, but it was like, give me my time to shine. Like, when she fought in Germany or she fought somewhere, you didn't see me in the ring like, I beat you. You know, it was like, okay, you won, congrats. I wasn't, you know, I felt like the first time when she did it, I promised to God, everybody told me to be nice to her. And I was like, all right, cool, why wouldn't I be? And then she gets in the ring and say, after I beat Nikki Aller, like, I beat you both. I was like, damn, they told me to be nice to her. But now she's being, you know, being mean to me. So I was like, all right, next time she get in the ring, I'm gonna snatch her ass up and cuss her out. So that was me. But I told them, if she get in the ring and she's, you know, nice, I'll be nice to her too. But it was more of just like, I was already pissed off because I had got knocked down, and then the fight was over. I wanted to fight Hannah Gabriel some more, I'm just being honest. And I was still, you know, fired up. And then as soon as he asked me my questions, he's like, oh, Lady Hammer, like, this is not about Lady Hammer. I just got knocked down, got back up and won a fight. This is about me. When it's about me and Hammer, that's when you call her in the ring. This is not about her, you know. So that's kind of where that came from. But yeah, she moved quick. I tried to snatch her ass. She moved real quick. Yeah.
Did you kind of want to get her riled up like that? Did you want to get her? Did you want to get her upset like that in the ring?
So they call me in the ring, and I know these situations every time I step into the ring, and she's driving crazy. But it's part of the show. It's boxing. I like it, and sometimes, yeah, you have to push the buttons.
Right. That fight, this fight here, was supposed to happen initially, I think, last November.
November 17th.
Christina had to pull out because of a medical condition. Were you at all concerned at any point that it might end up not happening after all?
No, I knew that they said that she had got sick with something, and it was making it to where she couldn't train, and she was in a lot of pain or whatever it was, and we sent doctors over to make sure it was true. You know, she wasn't trying to plot the fight, and then the papers came back that it was true. She was going through. She told me not to disclose what she was sick with, so that's why I'm talking around it. Yeah, but she was really sick, so you know, I just kind of accepted it, and only thing for me was I didn't want to be on pause. You know, like while she's like kind of waiting around on her, I wanted to stay active and stay fighting. So, like I said, once the opponent is in front of me, that's when I focus on them. So, she was the opponent in front of me, and then she got sick. So then they went and found me somebody else because I told them that I still wanted to fight. So I wasn't ever scared that the fight wouldn't happen.
Was it important for you to have the fight that you had last month just to prove, you know, get back into the rhythm of fighting again?
Yes, of course, because my last fight was in Detroit in June, and since this day I never fight again.
Right.
And yeah, I get these healthy problems, and I have to handle it, and I'm looking forward. It was so sad to cancel this fight because I worked hard in the past for that, and yeah, to get it, and then it was okay. It's not my doctor don't allows me to fight, and I think okay, I have to accept. I have to do the best, and then I fast recover, and now the time is coming that we got this fight, and I feel better in the ring in February. But okay, it was a very fast fight. I was so hungry and like, oh my gosh, let me in the ring, and I want to beat her.
Is it actually even a little bit better that you've had an extra 5 months? You've had a bit of more of an opportunity to promote this. It kind of has a bit more space, maybe even more people pay attention to it. Is it better, you think, that it's happening now instead of November?
Yeah, I think so. It's a better time. Now it's getting warmer, the people are more interested, and we have to build these fight more up. And yeah, I think it's a big deal.
What will victory on April 13th mean for you?
You know, victory just means that my stake and my claim that myself and my fans and everybody, you know, who feel that I'm the greatest woman of all time, it just adds more to the legacy of that. You know, shows that not that I'm just saying it and I'm trying to be super cocky or whatever. It's just showing that to be the greatest woman of all time, you have to do great things. And there's only been one other woman to become undisputed, and that's Cecilia Brackett. So this fight, it'll be the second. So, you know, for me, I just be, you know, super happy, excited, and then I will celebrate, you know, for a little bit, but then I have to think about what's the next step to keep raising the bar for women's boxing, you know. That's what I would feel, but of course I would be happy and finally able to get, you know, it's like when you're getting ready to fight somebody and then a fight doesn't happen and it gets pushed back, it's like that itch you can't get, you know. It's like you got to have somebody come and scratch it back for you because you can't get to this certain part, that itch, and it's like I've been trying to scratch it for a long time. It's like, God damn, when is the fight going to happen? And now that it's happening, like, I feel a little bit more relieved now. And then, too, like, that she got better because now she's 100%. I'll be 100%, and we can both give 100% in the ring, so it won't be no excuses after. But I'm going to be really happy, and it'll be big for Flint, too, for my hometown, you know, with everything that we're going through at home.
Right. What about you, Christina? What will this mean for you to win on April 13th?
For me, it means everything. Like, I'm a long-time champion. I have 24-0, and I want to make my professional career perfect, like a road to history, undisputed champion. I think it's the best fight ever with all these belts and this stage live on Showtime Saturday night. And yeah, that will be perfect. And I give everything in the gym to be 100% in the ring and to beat her.
This is probably the last time you guys will see each other before fight week. What's the one thing you want to tell her before you see her again?
Nothing, only see you.
Claressa?
I'm gonna beat your ass.
Try.
I'm gonna do it.
It's hammer
And
time.
after, hopefully we can be friends, but
What?
hopefully we can be friends after, but I'm beating your ass.
You want to be my friend?
After, not right now. After the
Okay.
fight. If you want to, if you don't
I
want
think
to, I
we
got other
never be
friends.
friends. Like,
Good. You know what? Mark just asked me that. I couldn't be your friend either, because you too up here for me. And then your mom keep mugging me. Hell nah. I don't think it'll ever work.
why? Like,
We're both champions. I don't have nothing
too
against
much
you
trash
personally.
about like, nah, she's with her bikini photos and all that stuff
You
like
do
this.
take bikini pictures, do you not?
Yes, of course. I get paid for that.
But you post them. You don't get paid every day, man. It's like a 3.
I have a lot of sponsorship. I have to do my work. It's business.
You post them without business. You post the pictures
You
without
check my
business.
profile, right?
I don't even follow you no more. I know you saw that I unfollowed
I know, you
because you
stopped
post
it.
too many pictures. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Goofy. No, I don't follow you no more.
Good. I never follow you.
You did follow me. That's why I followed you
No.
back, and then I unfollowed you.
The fight has already begun. And you can watch the progress on Showtime All Access as we go behind the scenes of both fighters as they prepare for the big event, the undisputed Women's Middleweight Championship of the World on April 13th on Showtime.